Yeah, so he's one of those dudes that just kind of like really sticks to that position. Now he's starting to transition into the middle, which is good. Nice. Need a little bit of movement in the middle. He stays in the middle really nicely. Beautiful. Great dribbling. Nice little goal right there. Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. We have player moments Thauvin that released today. We're looking at a player that is 5'10" with high medium work rates. Preferred foot is his left foot with 4-star skill moves and a 3-star weak foot. Base card stats: 90 pace, 90 shooting, 88 passing, 88 dribbling, and 75 physical. So right off the bat, right, I'm kind of seeing this card being really good either in the right attacking position, left, mostly cam position, and also the striker position. So let's take a look at his actual in-game stats. You see that he has 94 acceleration with 86 sprint speed. So if you can improve that, great. The big thing about this card is that it has 90 finishing, 93 shot power with 86 composure. 86 composure, you know, obviously if you can increase it would be fantastic. But the thing that you notice first off with this card is the fact that his balance is a 75. So you want to increase that balance as much as possible because balance and height are directly related to each other, right? So 5'10" with 75 balance is not ideal. So you need to test this card out with the engine chemistry style to see if he is going to be responsive enough, right? Obviously, giving him the passing stat increase as well in the central cam position could be really good. Also has 94 attacking positioning, so in the right cam position or center cam position, you're looking at a really, really nice card, right? Obviously, the lack of the weak foot can be a problem from time to time, but as you guys know, I love using Bernardo Silva, and Bernardo Silva doesn't have a good weak foot either. So it could be one of those types of cards. Bernardo Silva is a little bit different because he's super responsive on the ball with the high work rates. But the big thing with this card that we need to test out is how responsive he is on the ball in regards to dribbling because of the balance stat specifically. The big thing that you boost in this card is going to be the +5 for reactions, ball control, and dribbling. A +10 for dribbling is a really big thing with the agility and bounce because you're also boosting the agility to be a 96, right? So the 85 balance, I still feel like will be a tiny bit noticeable in regards to his movement in general, but like, you know how they make like certain animations that kind of like delay it a little bit, but I still think he's going to be responsive enough to be super usable. Great thing about this card, ladies and gentlemen, is he has 90 stamina. So you can tell him to come back in defense. You could tell him to stay forward. You can tell him to do whatever you want, and you'll have no problem with this card. EA next year need to make sure that you can upgrade the stamina as much as possible when you give these special versions of cards because 80 stamina is an absolute joke in this game, right? So 90 stamina looking really good. So in my opinion, for 140k for this card, it's a really fun card. In my opinion, I really, really do think that because it is a concept card that is only missing a weak foot and it's 140k for a cool French player that you play on the right side, right? Only thing that you're missing is obviously the weak foot. So this is the team that we're going to be using him in. Don't worry about chemistry for certain positions. We just want to make sure that he has 10 out of 100 chemistry for the chemistry style to work and whatnot. Custom tactics. What I want to do first with this card, right, is I want to use him in a 4-2-3-1 like we normally do. Balanced, same tactics we normally use. But then we want to use him, right, as a cam. Starting off, right, we just want to use him as a cam starting off. We're going to go ahead and put Arthur over to the right side there. Pele will have to the right side, no problem. But then I'm also going to switch with Thauvin to the right side because I feel like he's going to feel naturally better in those positions. Like, I can use a Quaresma as a central cam, but Quaresma is best utilized on the sides. Now, doesn't have the stamina, but it is what it is, right? So, in regards to instructions, I'm actually going to tell him to come back in defense because he can actually do that. So, all the 3 cams come back in defense without that overpower tactic is going to make them stay on that line, right? So, when I win possession of the ball in the defensive area, they should be in a good general area to be able to defend really nicely. So let's take it from there. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully this card is really good. I may do a review for this Hullet card at the same time because I know people are going to want that too. So while I'm editing one, I'll just do the other, I guess. So yeah, let's make sure we just have the fitness for this team as well. Big thank you to Ronaldo as well for giving me this account for me to make these player reviews because without the community, there's a lot of cards that I wouldn't be able to do, and I really do greatly appreciate it. So let's get into a game, see how he plays. Hopefully he's a beast. Okay, so he looks pretty tall in game, which is fantastic right off the start. Let's see what his dribbling is like here. Oh, he does have good dribbles. Nice. That's important. So the engine chemistry style is definitely going to help it out for sure. Those first touches is what you're going to notice the bounce part mostly, I would say. But I think dribbling, once he gets the full composure on the ball, I think he's going to look like a great card. Great off the ball movement. Nice little bounce pass. Oh, we would have got that if the fullback wasn't there. Thauvin did really well right there. We're going to force a run out of him here to see what he's like pushing in behind the defense. Nice little pass right there. Little shielding off of the defender. Little fake. Get that opening for the finesse shot. Not a great finesse shot. Finesse shots in general aren't too great, so don't really like to test that out too much with the players because in FIFA it's just not a great shot option. Why is this guy pausing? I'm not going to leave the game, buddy. This guy made a mistake, chat. He made a mistake. Good position with Thauvin in the cam position. I think I'm going to like him a lot there, to be honest. Oh, his dribbling was really good right there. It didn't register my shot, so I was just like, okay, cool. But his dribbling was pretty responsive there to open up the space for sure. Nice defending there with Thauvin. We're going to force the run here with him. Nice little pass there. Still get the ball back with the sticky. Saved by the goalkeeper. That should be a foul, but the game's not going to count that because this game's stupid. See, that's where you notice the bounce the most, right? Is that first touch with the player? That's where you're going to notice it the most. We'll run there with Kenny Dalglish. Some off the ball movement there with Thauvin. Nice little shot with his left foot. We don't get it near enough that angle. So the thing you'll notice the most with this card is definitely so far the balance, right? So balance for the first touches or situations like that where he has to get to the ball the first time. You will notice that for sure. Nice run there, Thauvin. Power strike, far post, lovely stuff. So you could see that his 94 attacking positioning is definitely like a really noticeable feature of the card. You can see that if he wasn't playing in the central cam position and he was playing on the right side, getting him to cut inside on his left foot is really good because he has those powerful strikes with good shot power, great finishing. He'll be able to score those opportunities. Now, obviously, finesse shots are not really the go-to in FIFA. So, but in general, he's definitely been pretty fun to use. But the balance is definitely noticeable on the card for sure. Thauvin's position really won that comeback of defense. You could see that little line right there from the darker green area. That he's moving really nicely with the other two cams, which is fantastic. What we're going to do now, because he does play well in the central cam position, positioning-wise, very, very nice. I'm noticing that he's a little bit more of an aggressive attacker to utilize empty space, which works out really nicely in the cam position for him. For Litmanen, the way he moved, the icon moments that I'm mentioning, the way he moved, it wasn't really preferable for me. I didn't really like it that much. But with Thauvin, you could definitely see that his intelligence to utilize empty space just seems a little better. So we're going to try him out on the right side right now and see how he plays there.
Now Roberto Carlos. Sané. Roberto Carlos. Sané. Are they going to forge ahead?
Nice little goal there with Leroy Sané. You know, utilizing the empty space. You see how Leroy Sané utilizes empty space really well, even though he's playing the left cam position. He kind of like does that little cut inside right away because he understands that's what he has to do. Thauvin still positions himself really nicely in that right attacking mid position. It's just that I do want a little bit more movement in the middle position, but sometimes they do remain stagnant in those positions. So we have to experiment with that a little bit more. I think he's going to have like a really good defensive presence too, because the fact that he's 5'11", coming back in defense with good stamina is a really nice thing to have, right? And this guy only knows how to do the drag back. We're going to force the run here with Thauvin. He's going to be offside right here, but he does make a decent run. It's like a physical type run, not really like an agile one, which is obvious, right? His acceleration from transitioning is a little slow as well. So the biggest thing, 100%, is the balance. Balance is a noticeable thing for sure. But he positions himself quite nicely for the defensive area and for some of the attacking areas. Yeah, so he's one of those dudes that just kind of like really sticks to that position. Now he's starting to transition into the middle, which is good. Nice. Need a little bit of movement in the middle. He stays in the middle really nicely. Beautiful. Great dribbling. Nice little goal right there. His quick cuts are really nice. His responsiveness for the control that I do is really nice. But again, balance when he's dribbling. You could even see in that position that he kind of does that as well. But you did notice, right, that when I was using the fullback and I started to utilize his position, that Thauvin started to transition into the middle really nicely. And again, that's because of 94 attacking positioning. So the attack that he was doing, or the attack that he wasn't doing before, could have been one of those situations where the right and left attacking mid are just stagnant because, you know, attacking AI in this game really sucks. But in that position right there, once I started to you know, push out the fullback, he went into that position really nicely. And that should be a penalty, and it's not a penalty. Beautiful. This game is perfectly made. Would have been a great goal there, too. Okay, so let's see what he does here. Okay. I want to transition with one of these players here. Aggressive, okay. I want to go up here. Let's see where he let's see what he does afterwards. Okay, so he doesn't really transition into the middle that often. He really sticks to that position. Maybe. Let's see what he does here. Yeah, he's one of those like stick to position type players. He's not going to move from there. Okay. That's okay. So he's not like Leroy Sané. Leroy Sané, when he sees that someone starts to occupy his position, Leroy Sané starts to transition into the middle, which Thauvin doesn't do that often for certain attacking plays, which is quite noticeable from time to time. But it's not like a huge nuisance, obviously, because if he sticks to his position, at least you always expect him to be there, right? Most of the times, like from some of the attacks, like maybe he decides to go, maybe he doesn't. But Leroy Sané, I want to show you guys an example, right? So if I were to go down here with Pele, right? Look at Leroy Sané now. You see how he starts to occupy the middle? He goes instantly, right? Thauvin doesn't really do that right away. And that's like a noticeable thing, but Leroy Sané is a very attacking-oriented player. See, Thauvin again. Utilizes his side, but if I do this, still utilizes that position, right? Again, not a bad thing because it doesn't make him a terrible card. It's just that sometimes based off of the preference of your attacking play, you may want to have your player make those plays all the time, or you may want him to stick to position more, right? It really depends on what you want, right? I'm not necessarily a fan of how he moves when I'm with the striker in the middle, when he's on the sides, right? So I feel like personally, this card would probably be best utilized as a cam, because if he sticks to his position as a cam, that could be the best solution for him. Alright guys, so final verdict on Thauvin's card. I think with the engine chemistry style, it definitely helps out his card a lot. I think with the plus 10 for the bounce boost, plus 10 for the dribbling boost, it definitely makes the card usable. It's just that sometimes the balance being off annoys me from time to time. But the balance with his height, it could be helpful. It could be helpful in regards to him having the physical strength as well. He doesn't actually have strength, but in game he has the body type to be able to outmuscle somebody else from certain angles, right? You guys saw that with Rio Ferdinand when Rio Ferdinand was kind of like approaching from the right side, how he was able to block him off. I don't think I personally would like this card in the left or right attacking areas personally, right? It doesn't make him a bad card. This is just down to personal preference. The movement that he does is not ideal for me, right? When you use a player like Leroy Sané on the left side, Leroy Sané will instantly transition into the middle once he realizes someone's in his position. Thauvin will do it sometimes, but not often, right? I like to have that movement all the time for the left and right cams to make the play less predictable, right? But Thauvin will not always do that. But does that make him a bad card? No, because at least you know that he's going to stick to his position if you play him in the left or right attacking mid positions, right? In the cam position, that characteristic that he has is great because he understands when he should utilize empty space in the cam position more than he does when he's playing on the left or right side, which I like a lot because he will transition back if he has to instantly, and that with his 5'10" height is very helpful because again, he has a very nice body type in game to be able to outmuscle people with decent strength, right? So for 145k, you can't really go wrong with the card. It's a fun card to use. It's the best version you're probably going to get from Thauvin because I think he's been injured for a long time this season. So if you want to do him for sentimental value or for the fun concept, he's a really cool card to use, right? Put him in your League 1 team, have some fun in the game and whatnot, and basically take it from there. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review today. I'll catch you guys for whatever video, probably tomorrow, or actually I might have a Rude Hullet video today, so we'll see what's up with that too. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.